about some of the things that some of the challenges that you face now.
Well, I took office July 15th, so the first challenge that hit me is that the school board had not ratified the 05-06 contract, and we are processing that through the grievance process, and it's at the level of arbitration now. And I understand on one of the local talk shows yesterday, radio talk show, that someone said, how could the teachers be fighting for a raise when it's budget cut time? Well, it's not about a raise. It's about accountability. It's about trust, respect, commitment, and priorities. It's about the example we're setting for children. We as teachers teach children to follow the rules, but our school board's not following the rule. The rule is that you go back to the table. You don't make a unilateral decision. It has to be negotiated. So we recognize the fact that there's no money, but it's about following the rules. So that's the first thing. And then, of course, as it went on until September, we worked toward the sales tax referendum, which ultimately failed, and now we're looking at a budget crisis.
Well, you know, it seems to me that that the cuts that have been proposed and the inability to create the kind of educational situation that you need is something that the entire Nashville community ought to be concerned about. I mean, has there been another effort to recognize that perhaps that first effort to get the financial resources, because I think that's what you're talking about, because you're talking about money. And what you have to have in order to operate a school system is money, you see, and there has to be some, well, what are you doing in reference to that as an organization?
The school board has asked me to sit at the table, along with Tommy Morton Young from the NAACP and Edmund Odom from the Interdenominational Ministerial Fellowship, to bring the community concerns. Don Driscoll from the support staff union is there, and one of the parents from the Parent Advisory Council. So we're talking about the issues. I don't know why they invited me to the table ultimately. I'm not clear, but I have made it clear that I'm not going to be there just for show. I am going to talk about the concerns of this community. We've been meeting every Thursday night, and parents have been coming out and saying how they feel about the closings of schools. The first meeting, I presented a document that Council Lady Tucker had authored, suggesting some cuts, and I really want them to look at everything that the community presents, because I think everything needs to be considered.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have this first commercial break. That's the information that we're looking for. Let's have this first commercial break, and then we'll come back during that second segment and give you an opportunity to do that. And we'll be back with you following this very, very short commercial break. Today, we're talking to